Hey, everybody, welcome to Pep Talk. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. The podcast that gives you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God. We're here to help take these crazy, complex health, wellness, and medical information that you're seeing all over social media and all over the news today, and how do we break it down into simple, usable action steps? Folks, today's a big conversation. I'm your host, Dr. Eric Naputi, 20 years in functional medicine, functional neurology. I'm here to help you guys understand the truth about your immune system. Listen, here we are now. Flu and cold season is right around the corner. Seems like it's always flu and cold season these days, but what can you do to help yourself? What can you do to truly improve immune system function? What can you do to help yourself, deal with where we're at? So first of all, we're going to discuss that and much, much more today. But I need you to understand that flu season is not a season where people get sick because it's that time of the year. Flu season is the time of the year, typically in North America, where it's between, fall and springtime, where we, number one, don't get as much exposure to sunlight because we're not outside. And the sun is typically set when we get up in the morning, and the sun is down before we finish our day. So we're not getting exposure to the sunlight, which our bodies and our minds are renewed by the morning sun from a health and a mental standpoint every day. We need that sunshine. Number two, we're indoors under fluorescent lights all day long. That's zapping our body's ability to produce certain nutrients and heal our body. It's the time of the year that is more stressful because we have all these holidays and people are spending money and traveling and meeting with people that are their friends, families, and loved ones that they shouldn't be buying presents for and shouldn't be, don't want to be traveling, and there's stress around families and life. And we eat like crap during these times more. We have more sugar, more processed foods, and that's what flu season is. By the way, during those times of the year, we have what's called the winter burden. The winter burden is the time when viral load is higher indoors than it normally is in the spring and in the summer. Well, why is that? It's because, we don't have the sunshine. We're not healthier human beings, so we're carrying more viruses. And if your immune system is weak because of deficiencies or toxicities, you're going to be prone to succumbing to some type of infection, period. And there are so many things that can be done to help. There's so much literature that has proven without a shadow of a doubt that we can do things to help the body. But it starts with a clear understanding. And I'm going to tell you that the understanding really starts with the gut and gut health, the gut microbiome, and understanding leaky gut, and understanding the fact that when the GI tract is not working proper, the human body cannot work proper. You got to understand that the gut is more than a digestive system. It's the central hub of, everything in the body. I mean, Hippocrates, the father of medicine, thousands of years ago said, fix the gut and everything else falls into place. All disease begins in the gut. He was right then. How did medicine go so wrong over so many years? It's because it's been infiltrated. It's because it's been propagandized, and it's because it's been bastardized by corporatocracy that doesn't care about health, doesn't care about you, and it just perpetuates the system. But listen to this. The gut is the central hub that profoundly affects our overall health, including, immune function, inflammatory levels, and even our mental well-being. Now, in recent years, study after study after study, and science has uncovered that if the gut's bad, our immune system is compromised. If our immune system's compromised, we can't fight off bugs, viruses, pathogens, parasites, funguses. We can't fight off cancers. All these things happen. And this triggers a systemic inflammatory and an immune degrading response that leads to a whole host of health issues. What I need you to understand is what we're going to discuss today is we're going to explore the critical role of the gut in maintaining immune health. That's really the key. And what are some of the signs and symptoms of immune compromisation and what you can do to help yourself? It may come to a surprise to many of you that according to the data, that anywhere between 70 and 90% of the immune system lives and originates inside the GI tract. The immune system is truly housed in the gut. And the gut is lined with a complex network of immune cells that plays a vital role in identifying and neutralizing harmful invaders like bacteria, viruses, toxins, parasites, and so much more. The gut microbiome, which consists of trillions of bacteria and fungi, trillions. That bacteria and fungi that's in the gut microbiome positively or negatively is going to impact your own genetic expression and your own cellular expression. So if we have a problem with the gut bacteria, you're going to have a problem with human functionality, period. And if it's maintained proper, it can put out a strong and resilient immune system, and it can reduce chronic inflammation, which most physicians will tell you is the root cause of all problems. However, when the gut is imbalanced, and 95% of the population has this. 95% of the population has this. That's why if we just fix the gut first, so many other things will fall into place. It's a condition known as dysbiosis, or an increase in harmful bacteria. It overpopulates the gut, leads to inflammation, and weakens the immune system. And it leads to a whole array of issues, which then compromises your bloodstream as well. So leaky gut syndrome, which is the catalyst to chronic inflammation. Let's talk about this, because that then negatively impacts your immune system. Then I'm going to give you some action steps to do. Leaky gut syndrome is a condition where these tight junctions that are in the intestinal tract that are supposed to be stuck together, they open up, and then toxins slip out, bacteria, fungus, parasites come out, and the food and nutrients get out. And it's like somebody poking a hole in your gas tank. If somebody poked a hole in your gas tank of your car, all of the gas is going to leak out and the car's not going to run. The same thing's true with the body. But chronic inflammation is one of the most damaging effects of the cells and caused by leaky gut. While inflammation partly is there to help us, chronic inflammation and low levels of chronic inflammation destroys the immune system. This chronic inflammation, it causes the immune system to be in a constant state of overactivity. And I want you to understand something. What happens is when we have leaky gut and we eat foods, we drink water, we take supplements, if our gut's not solid, those nutrients literally cause an inflammatory response called digestive leukocytosis. 95% of the population tests positive for digestive leukocytosis. For many people, symptoms of leaky gut and chronic inflammation go unnoticed, but sometimes they'll develop things like this. If you have any of these symptoms, you've got leaky gut. Chronic digestive issues, bloatiness, gas, constipation, diarrhea. These are signs of gut permeability issues. Food sensitivities, okay? Leaky gut triggers food sensitivities, especially to gluten and dairy. Yes, there's a genetic predisposition. Yes, there's an enzyme aspect of it. But if you don't have the right bacteria in the gut, your body doesn't make the enzymes. Fatigue is another big one. Joint pain is huge. I can't tell you how many times in our practices, because we also have a functional medicine and a physical medicine department where people come to see us for chronic pain and shoulder and knee and back and neck issues. The reality is the systemic inflammation causes this pain. Headaches and migraines, brain fog, autoimmune issues, skin issues. By the way, skin issues like eczema, psoriasis, all that stuff can be a trigger from leaky gut. Mood disorders. I've done so many podcasts on mood disorders and shown the science on how if the gut's off, the brain's off. It causes an imbalance in the gut microbiome, which can cause anxiety, depression. The list goes on. And then frequent illness, because if the immune system is constantly under attack, whenever it becomes attacked again, it's weakened. We only have so many soldiers to fight a battle. And the reality of it is that if your body's constantly fighting a battle, it's losing soldiers all the time. And now when you truly have a virus, a bug, a pathogen, a parasite, or something that triggers the need for a positive immune response, first of all, your soldiers you have are exhausted from fighting all the time, and you've lost a lot of your soldiers. That's what happens. And the connection between chronic inflammation and the immune system is huge, and a weakened immune system. Chronic inflammation, by the way, whether it's caused by gut issues or other factors, are the major contributors to a weakened, compromised immune system. An overactive immune system causes autoimmune disorders. I'm going to tell you my clinical experience of 22 years of doing this. I've never seen a patient with any type of diagnosed autoimmune issue, whether it's RA, lupus, you name it, MS, whatever. They all have some variation of leaky gut and dysbiosis in their body. What happens is they get this and then they develop these symptoms. Listen to these symptoms. If you have any of these symptoms, you have these problems. Number one, frequent infections. If you get chronic urinary tract infections, chronic sinus infections, chronic eye infections, if you're children or you get chronic ear infections, yeast infections, that is a sign of a problem with bacterial imbalances in your system. Slow wound healing. I mean, if you're a diabetic, your immune system is compromised already. That's why you get these ulcers and they don't heal. Chronic fatigue, digestive issues, frequent colds and sore throats. If you're constantly getting sick during flu and cold season, if you're constantly getting allergy issues or problems even during the summer, you've got a compromised immune system because of leaky gut. Skin infections, skin issues that are frequent infections in the body. That's a bacterial issue. If you got lesions in your body that don't heal up, that's because of bad bacteria overgrowth, not enough good bacteria. If you get chronic swollen lymph nodes, lymph nodes, by the way, are the drainage system. Many times if your head or ears or neck are draining, they all get stuck in here. You know, the lymph nodes of the body that swell all over are a sign that there's an imbalance in the bacteria somewhere. Frequent canker sores is a sign of mouth ulcers. Gum disease and gingivitis is a sign of bacterial issues. Recurrent cavities is a bacterial problem. It's a bacterial problem. Joint pain, chronic pain, and inflammation. Those are all signs of bacterial overgrowth or bad bacteria that leads to these issues. And I need you to understand that having the right bacteria in your body can help the immune system get better. So what do you do? What do you do during flu and cold season? Let me give you what I suggest. Number one, get outside. Go outside. Even if it's cold, we're supposed to be outside. We're not built to be inside creatures. If we were, God would have gave us a shell to live in, okay? So we're supposed to be outside. Get outside during the sunshine, at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. Go for a walk, even if it's cold, if you can. Now, obviously, if it's dangerously cold, if it's below zero, be careful, right? But get outside. Number one, eat the right foods. What are the right foods? Do a genetic test to find out how you digest fats, carbs, and proteins. That then will tell you what food plan is best for you. If you digest proteins well, you should be on a carnivore heavy type diet. If you don't digest proteins well, you should be on a keto type diet. If your body can't digest proteins or fats, you need to be on a plant-based diet. I mean, you can tell based off of your genetic code how you should live your lifestyle once you run those tests. Every one of my patients, I do a BioLimitless DNA discovery test on every one of them, so I know those things to do. Then what do? I give them the nutrients their body needs to improve the immune system through the gut. And guess what that is? Vitamin D is the biggest one. Vitamin D feeds the gut bacteria. Vitamin D is a prohormone. Vitamin D regulates the cytokine storm and it helps modulate. When the immune system and inflammatory response starts, vitamin D turns it down when it's the right time to do it. Get your vitamin D levels checked. On a blood test, it should be between a 60 and a 100. If it's below a 60, you got some problems. We don't want it to go too high above a 120, but 100% is pretty good. And vitamin D also helps regulate your hormones. It does so many things. It's really not even funny how important vitamin D, but it feeds the bacteria in the gut. Number two, vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. Linus Pauling won Nobel Prizes on the work he did with vitamin C in the immune system. And they found that if the immune system has enough vitamin C and reduction of antioxidants, then the gut bacteria works better. Vitamin C also feeds the gut bacteria. Vitamin E as in Edward. Vitamin E also feeds the gut bacteria and is a very strong antioxidant. You should have vitamin E in your system every day. Zinc and zinc ionophores. I like 50 milligrams a day of zinc, a chelated form of zinc, and I like zinc glycinate. If you have symptoms that you're not feeling well, flus, cold, whatever, I like telling my patients 120 to 150 milligrams a day of zinc while you're going through that problem. Make sure you're eating a lot of fiber in your diet, especially plant-based fiber. Plant-based fiber are prebiotics that feeds the bacteria. Everything that you eat should feed the bacteria. Fermented foods feed the bacteria. Kombucha, kimchi, bok choy, sauerkraut, all feed the bacteria. You should have 1 or 2 servings of that daily. Taking a spore-based probiotic that has the ability to get past the stomach acid into the small intestines. There are a few of them on the market, but none as good as the Master Microbiotic formula that we use and recommend every day. Making sure that you're getting outside, making sure that you're playing in the ground, in the grass. Go barefoot every once in a while. Don't put a lot of chemicals in and on your skin. Be little leery of certain types of sunscreens. Look at the oil you're putting on your body. Look at the makeup that you're putting on and the cover up you're putting on. You know, all those different things are so important, but you got to do the right things. And really, you know, knowledge is power, but wisdom is applying that knowledge to your life, making sure that you're eating good fats. Good fats are things like extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, and real butter. You know, having things like beef tallow on a regular basis, getting back to the basics of eating real food, real butter, real salt, having 5 grams to 8 grams a day of organic sea salt in your diet truly can be a game changer for people. You know, these are simple things that you can do to improve your immune system. It's not difficult, but if you don't do it, your immune system isn't going to work. I'm telling you, 70% to 90% of your immune system starts in your GI tract. You need to do everything you can to improve GI function, because vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, all these things that are out there that are immune system support, they support your body's immune system by supporting the gut bacteria. So fixing the gut is the key to all things. So folks, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back, rewatch this, re-listen to this, share this with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Go to our website. That's peptalk.world, peptalk.world. That will help you get to the root cause of the problems. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family, because censorship is real. They don't want you to know the truth. If you subscribe to our channel, we'll email all this stuff out to you. We'll stay in constant contact with you with what we're doing. But knowledge is power, but taking that knowledge and applying it to your life, that's wisdom. And that's the most important aspect of all of the things that we're trying to accomplish here today on Pep Talk. So folks, remember, you have the ability to achieve health and wellness. You have the responsibility to learn how to do this. We're going to continue to share the truth, and the truth will set you free. Until we meet again, folks, I'm Dr. Eric Naputi. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless the world. Stay smart out there, and I'll see you soon. Be well.